What are some of your key elements that you recommend as a way of kind of breaking this down for us?
So the elements that are most important involve specificity, which I've talked about a little bit. I think you have to have humor. You have to have um, you have to feel that you are representing the honesty in within your relationship. You want it to be brief, of course. Um, and then, I think I mentioned earlier, you want them to have equal length. We can run into issues where you have someone that speaks for 2 minutes and then someone gets up there and does 25 seconds. Right. And they're
Yeah.
like, it just feels, even though their love is equal, it doesn't look that way when they get up there and they don't look prepared.
So should you
Um,
agree on how long and you both have to match that?
I think within a few, 15 seconds or so. Yeah. I think it shouldn't be. And likewise, one person shouldn't be 2 minutes and the other one five. Right. It just feels weird. And it's just not necessary because you can find that middle ground somewhere in there. So I think they should be roughly equal. I think they need to be original. You really got to look at these things and avoid. We talked about like avoiding some of those cliches. It's like, don't say I vow to love you for all eternity. Say, something that's um, more specific to them. Or specific to you. I vow to love you, even when the Eagles lose or whatever. Like, and it's something that gives a little bit of character to it. That's yours.
Oh, I love that. Do you think you should, and this is not applicable to everybody, but like if there are children involved in the relationship or a certain family member that might have influence in the relationship, should you find a way to incorporate that in the vows or honor?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've had instances where it kind of depends on where the relationship with those children stands and how sensitive that is as a topic for certain people. But I think because you don't want to overstep and be like, call somebody a dad when they're not really the dad anymore, at all. And, but I think honoring their role in being a co-parent, if they are honoring, or at least someone that has developed a wonderful relationship with their child, that kind of thing is great. I love when I hear vows where someone has married someone with a child and they talk about how much that child means to them and how wonderful it is to be a part of their life as well. I mean, that's what you're signing on to is it's not just a marriage to your spouse, it's a marriage to the
Yeah.
family, right? So I think recognizing that as long as you're not doing any damage with what you're saying, then yeah.
Because you want a contentious situation for sure.
Right, right. The first rule for all of this is do no harm, right? You want to
Yeah.
elevate the wedding, but you don't want to do any harm along the way.
So we talk a lot on here about different trends, whether it's decor and vibe or dresses, but do you see trends and vows? Is that a thing?
I think the trend is to be hyper personal. I think non traditional is the thing here. People have seen so many weddings, whether they've seen them in person or they've seen them on TV, that I think we're just getting tired of seeing the same stuff. I talked to a wedding planner once that saw two people deliver the same speech. Like they got it off the internet as a template,
Yeah.
right? And I think people can just sense that. It's the same reason we can all tell when we see AI writing,
Well, that's what I
right?
was going to ask
We'll
you
get to,
next. Like it's the
we can
hot
get to that,
take.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm seeing more and more weddings that are just going off script a little bit in a good way. And I think vows are the same way. It's having fun with it. It's letting it reflect your personality. It's saying the things that maybe you just haven't heard people say before.